Marco Estrada will be a Blue Jay for at least one more season. The right-hander was rumored to be on the move several times before the trade deadline, mostly because the team was realistically out of the playoff race, and his contract was due to expire at the end of the season. The change-up artist has been disappointing overall this year, but it's been very much a Jekyll and Hyde situation. He was solid for the first 2 months, before completely falling apart in June and July, only to turn things around again. Over the course of his last 10 starts, he's posted a 3.75 ERA and has looked like the pitcher that the club believes he can be. When the season began, the 34-year-old looked to be on the verge of cashing in during free agency, but obviously things didn't work out the way he or the Blue Jays had hoped. The silver lining for the club is that they've been able to retain him for just 1 year, at a reasonable cost. The contract also lines up well with the rest of the roster's timeline, as he rejoins a veteran group on a short-term contract. A 1-year deal makes a great deal of sense for both parties in a lot of ways. As I said above, Estrada was looking at a solid contract to close out his career, whether it came from the Blue Jays or elsewhere. Now, he's in a position where he is likely best served to re-establish his true worth, and the front office is well aware of that. There are plenty of reasons to believe in him, and Mark Shapiro and Ross Atkins know that they could be getting a potential bargain here. Estrada has also been vocal throughout the season about his desire to stick around, and giving him a comfortable environment to pitch in is also an upside for him as well. The Blue Jays know what they've got, and he's familiar with the coaching staff and his battery mate, Russell Martin. He's also familiar with the training staff, who have helped him stay on the field throughout the 2017 season, despite him missing time in past seasons due to nagging back issues. If he wants to re-establish his value, it makes sense that he'd want to do that in Toronto, and potentially take another run at free agency as a 35-year-old. As for the Blue Jays, they are stuck in limbo as a franchise in many ways, and retaining a known commodity makes a lot of sense. They've got 1 year left of control of Josh Donaldson, and 3 years remaining with the likes of Marcus Stroman, Aaron Sanchez, and Roberto Osuna. Throwing in the towel on 2018 doesn't really make sense, unless of course you're going with a full-blown teardown. That doesn't appear to be happening, so taking a 1-year chance with Estrada is a sensible gamble on a timeline measure as well. Worst-case scenario, he regresses again in 2018, and both parties move on after another year. This also doesn't rule out the Blue Jays from looking at other pitching options in free agency or in trade, but they have spent a bit of their budget bringing back Estrada. In my mind, that's alright, and I think they'll get solid value for their investment, especially on a 1-year contract extension.